Hey everyone, Chris here for Cosmic Rage, bringing you another production update. And to be honest, it's been a long overdue one. As you can tell from the environment around me here, we finally got moved. So I got the studio kind of set up down here. As you can see, I'm kind of in the corner underneath the steps. I'll be sure to take some more pictures and things like that once I kind of get everything up and situated and things like that. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing this space develop and getting some of these walls filled with some artwork and things like that. So yeah, let's get caught up. It's been about a month since I've really given a good production update, to be honest. I had some overtime at work, getting some projects finished up on that front, and then I also do some animation teaching assisting on the side, so I've been doing a lot of that since a new session just started around the same time that overtime hit, so a lot of things just, kind of bottleneck there a little bit. And of course, for those of you who don't know, I'm getting married in now less than 100 days, so got some wedding preparations and things like that too. So just kind of a lot of life events that kind of happened over the past couple months, but yeah, looking forward to getting caught back up on the project. And I wanted to do the video format since I want to do more of that going forward, and I also think it's a really good way to kind of get you guys all caught up on all fronts as to what's been going on. So first off, I've been doing a couple Q&A interviews with a couple different websites and things like that to kind of help get the word out about Cosmic Rage, the project, what's already out, what's kind of going on in the future and things like that. So one of those interviews was done with a website called Animation for Adults, which is going to be, I'm not really sure when they're going to release it. We just kind of went through some of the stuff there, but when I hear that it's coming out, I will be sure to share it with you guys and let you all know. And then I also have a podcast scheduled for later this week, which of course will be talking more about the project and whatnot. So yes, that kind of covers it from kind of, the marketing, extracurriculars, I should say. So one thing I also wanted to start getting going was my convention schedule for 2017. So right now, this summer and fall, mostly the summer though, I have a lot of different events coming up. Of course, I'm getting married, like I said. I have family members having a baby, and other family members getting married. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of conventions this summer, just because a lot of those things require traveling thousands of miles. Texas, California, things like that. So more of my conventions are going to be in the fall. So I'm looking at a couple, mostly Anime Fest and NebraskaCon in Omaha. Those are two that I absolutely love, and I'm really excited that I'm going to get the chance to go back to them this year. So, of course, I'll be submitting panels and things like that for those conventions. And then, of course, once I find out if I'm presenting and things along those lines, I'll let you guys know, of course. So that kind of takes care of my con schedule. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit lighter this year just because of so much stuff going on, of course, in the summer. And also I just, need more time to be behind the computer and get animating and stuff. So, all right. So, for later this week, I want to get around to those animation tests, and that should take place probably Wednesday night. So, I'll be finishing up some wedding stuff earlier the week, and I'm blocking out Wednesday night to finish my animation tests on lip syncing plugins with After Effects. And I also want to do a video kind of breaking down the different types of programs and outlets that I looked at. So if you're an animator and are interested in that process, you'll kind of have that information as to why I'm choosing to go that route. And the animation test topic really kind of flows into episode 2, which is the outline is done. So I have the overall story for the second episode done. I've reached out to all the voiceover talent, audio engineer Ben, kind of gauging interest of an episode 2, and everybody is on board. So part of the thing that I wanted to change episode 2, and for those of you who don't know how episode 1 turned out, I wanted to really do more of a behind the scenes update on animation as everything was going on. Part of my favorite thing about animation is learning, how things are made and kind of all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And when I was kind of realizing that when I was in episode 1, I was so far into production that it was just animation production, right? And I didn't have a chance to kind of take you guys behind the scenes as to what was going on and why some of these decisions were being made and things like that. And that's what I want to do for episode 2. So there's a lot of changes coming in episode 2. If you haven't checked out episode 1, there's a link below. Go check it out. But for episode 2, I want to have more animation. I started off doing frame-by-frame animation, and the first episode, which I'll kind of dig in a little bit more at a later date, kind of was a little bit more supposed to be a motion comic slash more graphical approach. And I didn't want to throw out all that artwork when I was working on the first episode because so much of it was done. So on the second episode, I'm going to be, instead of doing a full 20-minute episode like I did with episode 1, I'm going to be breaking things up into shorter chunks and probably releasing it more for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. But it's going to go in a chronological order, so it's not going to be jumping around and things like that. And then of course once episode 2 is a wrap, then everything will get put together and packaged up. So I'm going to try that approach out, and just something that will be a little bit more frequent, so I can get more artwork out and get more people kind of into everything, and so it's not just me kind of being behind the computer animating. Like I said, I want to bring you guys in more as to how animation works, and like I said, why I make certain decisions and things like that. So one of those things is going to be coming up soon when I kind of get into animation tests and kind of what my vision is for the second episode. So and part of that is also going to play into some Patreon work. I do need to update my Patreon page. I want to kind of change some things there, so that those will be coming too. And just kind of seeing, more of what people like on Patreon and what, you guys would want to see from a week-to-week basis, or daily basis, or whatever it would be. So that kind of takes care of, getting you guys all caught up on that. And like I said, I'm going to be doing more of these video formats, trying to bring you guys in more on the process of things. So so the next thing coming at you guys is going to be some animation tests and kind of like I said, poking around at those and seeing what they have to offer. So thanks for stopping by, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates on Cosmic Rage.